Hello students. In our today's session, we are going to revise the question and answers from chapter number 8, that is body movements. But before that, let's have a look on the topics that we have covered in this chapter. In this chapter, we have studied the human body and its movement, the different joints which are responsible for the movement in our body. We have studied the 4 different types of joint. First joint that we have studied is ball and socket joint. Second, pivotal joint. Third, hinge joint. And fourth, fixed joint. We have studied where these joints are located in our body. Then we have studied the gait of the animals, the different movements that are shown by the animals. We have studied the movements in earthworm, snail, cockroach, birds, fish, and how do the snakes move. Apart from this, we have also studied the different bones that are present in our body, like shoulder bone, pelvic bone. We have studied about rib cage, vertebrae, etc. And we have also studied how do the bones move. So, I hope all the topics in this chapter are clear to you. Now let us start solving the different questions from this chapter. Let's have a look on the first question. The type of a joint in which the cylindrical bone rotates in a ring is which of the following type of the joint? So, you have to name the joint in which the cylindrical bone rotates in a ring. So, which type of a joint it is? Options are A, ball and socket joint, B, pivotal joint, C, hinge joint, and D, fixed joint. So, which joint it is in which the cylindrical bone rotates in a ring? The correct option is option B, that is pivotal joint. Question number 2. Which of the following statements is incorrect? So, the 4 statements are given to you. You have to find which of the following statement is incorrect. First, the body of the earthworm is made up of many rings joined end to end. B, outer skeleton of a snail is called shell. C, pivotal joint allows us to bend our head forward and backward, and D, none of these. So, among these statements, you have to tell which of the statement is incorrect. So, is it A, the body of the earthworm is made up of many rings joined end to end? Is this statement incorrect? No, it is correct. We know that the body of the earthworms is made up of many rings that are joined from one end to another. B statement, outer skeleton of a snail is called as a shell. Is this correct or incorrect? This statement is also correct. The outer skeleton of a snail is called as a shell. C, pivotal joint allows us to bend our head forward and backward. Yes, this statement is also correct. So, all the 3 statements are correct. So, the correct option is none of these. We have to tell which of the statement is incorrect. So, all the 3 statements are correct. So, our answer will be D, none of these. Question number 3. The bones are moved. So, you have to tell how the bones are moved. Options are A, by simultaneous contraction and relaxation of 2 sets of muscles. B, by alternate contraction and relaxation of 2 sets of muscles. C, by alternate contraction and relaxation of 1 set of muscles. Or D, none of these. So, how do our bones move? Which of the statement is correct? Is it by simultaneous contraction and relaxation? No. the bones does not contract and relax simultaneously? B. By alternate contraction and relaxation of two sets of muscles? Yes. When the two sets of muscles contract and relax alternatively, the bones are moved. So the correct option is option number B. But let's have a look on the C statement. By alternate contraction and relaxation of one set of muscle? No. For moving the bone, one set of the muscle is not involved. The two pairs of muscles are involved in the movement of the bone. Therefore, correct option is B, by alternate contraction and relaxation of two sets of muscles. We know that muscles always work in pairs to make the bone move. Fourth, the dash in the earthworms help to get a good grip on the ground. Options are A. Muscular foot, B. Legs, C. Rings, or D. Bristles. So, what in earthworm is responsible to get a good grip on the ground? Correct option is option number D, that is bristles. Fifth, which of the following parts of our body help us in the movement? So, you have to tell which of the following parts that are given help in our movement. Bones, skin, muscles, or organs. You have to choose the correct option. Is it 1 and 3? B. Is it 2 and 4, that is skin and organs? Is it C. Bones and organs? Or it is D. Muscles and skin? So, what is responsible for the movement in our body? The correct option is option number A, that is bones and muscles both are responsible for the movement in our body. Now let us solve the sixth question. The joint which allows the maximum movement is the, so you have to tell the joint which allows the maximum movement. Options are slightly movable joint, B. Ball and socket joint, C. Hinge joint, and D. Pivotal joint. So, which of the joint allows the maximum movement in our body? The correct option is option B, that is ball and socket joint. So, ball and socket joint allows or shows the maximum movement in our body. Seventh, the body and the legs of cockroaches have hard coverings forming an outer dash. So, the body and the legs of cockroaches have the hard coverings and they form the outer. Options are A. Skeleton, B. Skin, C. Both A and B, and D. None of these. So, the body and the legs of cockroaches have hard outer coverings which forms a skeleton. Correct option is A. The hard outer coverings forms an outer skeleton. 8th, this joint helps the bowler in the game of the cricket. So you have to name the joint that helps the bowler in the game of cricket. Options are A. Hinge joint, B. Pivotal joint, C. Ball and socket joint, or D. Immovable joint. So which joint helps the bowler in the game of cricket? So while bowling the ball, which joint is helpful? It is option number C, ball and socket joint. 9th, birds can fly because, you have to give the reason why birds can fly. Because of their strong muscles and light bones, because their bones are hollow and light, both the above, or none of these? So, how birds can fly? Because of their strong muscles and light bones, and also because their bones are hollow and light. So, the correct option is option number C, that is both the above. Last question. The common feature in both the figures. You are given the two figures. You have to tell the common features in both of these. Options are: both can be classified as sea animals. B. Both can move in the water using some fuel. C. Both have streamlined body. And D. Nothing is common in them. So what is the correct answer? It is option number C. Both have streamlined body. So I hope you were able to find the correct answers for all the questions. So we will end our session here. We will continue in our next session.